the next step on our little trek was from Grayling all the way down to Lakeport, because apparently neither me nor Steph own a map. It was like a 6-hour drive from up north, then almost right back to where we live, and then out east another hour and a half. But it was a pretty good drive.
So once we checked into Lakeport, instead of going straight to the fill station, they detoured us through the entire campground to get to the fill station because part of the second campground was closed. Then we were able to fill up, drive back around, find our spot, and park the camper, unload everything, and
get nagged by somebody who lives there. The main reason that we were interested and headed out to Lakeport was the beach right there at Lake Huron. I mean, it was gorgeous, although it was a bit choppy when we were there. Was that fun?
No, I hate the beach!
So yeah, the kids really weren't having this. The DNR came out a short time later, put up the red flag. At that point, it was time to pack up and go back to camp. Well, on our way up, we did notice something interesting. There was a rather large collection of painted rocks that other campers had left. So we decided to add to the collection. When we got back to camp, kids painted up some rocks. We went out, put them down.
the following day we decided to go to the day use beach at Lakeport, which is just a couple miles up the road. We had much better luck than we did the first night at the beach inside the campground. The beach at both the campground and the day use area are beautiful.
I just want to point out something about both these beaches. The water levels were excruciatingly high at both. I mean, it was across the board. When we were in Tawas, it was the same thing, same lake, just a little further up the water. As a result, there wasn't much of a beach to speak of at either site. In fact, the water levels had gotten so high at the day use that they put a barrier around the cement pad that you're supposed to walk to the beach. You actually have to skirt around that or climb down a bunch of rocks in order to get to the water.
It was like, what, 5-10 feet out from the water?
Tops.
Beach.
It was very shallow.
All the sand was gone.
It was very shallow.
However, we're just going to talk about this now. I decided to bring out my inflatable kayak because they are on Amazon. The reviews are good, and I was like, okay. Now, for the first 15-20 minutes-ish,
You had some good luck.
it worked out great. After that, not so much.
Yeah, so after the final voyage, we decided, we're just going to bag this thing up and get rid of it because it wouldn't hold air after the frickin' tumble.
Hey, if it lasted in a Great Lake for 20 minutes, I'm okay with that.
Off in the distance there is a freighter. I thought I'd fly out to it, but about a mile out, I got chicken and turned around and went back to shore.
Kids had a great time, though. We did. We all had a great time.
Yeah, the second day was much better for the water. Kids had a blast. They were there for hours.
So when we got back to camp, we needed firewood. The great thing about Lakeport is they have a little store inside the campground. You can get firewood, you can get groceries, you can get...
All the essentials except for beer. You still got to leave the park to get beer.
You do.
So after one last glorious sunrise over Lake Huron, it was time to pack up and go. Next stop, Metamora Hadley.